The Doppler effect is a well-documented audio theory first explained in 1842 by Christian Doppler. This effect is a change in the frequency of waveform where the sound source is moving in relation to the observer, as in the change of pitch heard in a train whistle as it approaches then passes. The pitch is higher as it approaches, and it lowers as it goes by. This is due to the fact that the speed of the sound is relatively constant. In this movie tutorial, we will cover the Waves Doppler Processing plugin, which is designed to simulate the Doppler effect of audio passing by. Waves processing parameters are based upon reality, or under the normal laws of physics, but the controls allow us to travel way beyond the normal laws of physics to create exaggerated flybys, such as those in Hollywood-produced movies. Let's check out the controls. The space display shows a graphic window with the listener's position denoted by a red dot. The orange line is the track on which we will see the moving cursor of Doppler. The start and end points are shown along with the center handle. It shows the audio path as if it were moving. The direction button is in the upper left portion of the window and controls the direction that the Doppler audio travels along the track. The elapsed time counter resets itself at the beginning of each Doppler cycle. The start and end points are draggable, controlling where the Doppler travel begins and ends. In the middle of these points is the center handle. It allows you to modify the curve of the track and adjust the path of Doppler. Track time is the adjustment for total track time. It usually will be the same length as the selected audio, but it doesn't have to be this way. This is handy when you want Doppler to begin in the middle of an audio region. Set the track time to a smaller number and use the manual trigger to choose the start time for Doppler to begin. Center time generally defaults to half the track length. Adjusting the center time causes the sound to accelerate before or after the center point. Setting the center time to greater than half the track length causes the sound to approach more slowly until reaching the center point where it accelerates as the object moves away. There are two mode buttons: continuous cycling and one-shot mode. Continuous simply repeats the track time with the Doppler effect over and over. One-shot starts when the process is triggered, whether by energy trigger or manual. Trigger mode has energy or manual settings. The energy trigger begins Doppler when it senses audio signal. The manual trigger starts Doppler each time the button is clicked, even if the track cycle has not completed its full path. Next is the Master Reality Control section. Gain, when set to 0%, there is no gain change, and therefore the sounds at a distance will have the same level as they are when they are close. As you approach 100%, you will hear a more realistic variance in the volume of close and far sounds. The gain can be adjusted up to 200% for extreme and exaggerated gain drops. The pan control. The stereo effect of Doppler can be adjusted with the pan control. 0% can be used when your effects will be used by another engineer at soundstage, and he requires that you send mono effects in order for him to pan to his liking. A setting of 100% is more realistic, and you can adjust it up to 200% for more exaggerated pan effect. The pitch control. Setting the pitch to 0% yields no Doppler effect at all. A setting of 100% simulates reality, and adjusting up to 200% allows for exaggerated Doppler effects a la Hollywood style. Air damp. As sound travels through the air towards the listener, the high frequencies roll off more with increased distance from the source. When set to 0%, there is no damping effect, and therefore no high frequency reduction at all. When set to 100%, the damping effect is more realistic to the ear. The high frequency reduction begins around 10 kHz. A setting greater than 100% will increase the high frequency damping even further. The reverb control. This controls the amount of reverb to the output signal. It is not a wet-dry control, it merely controls the gain to mix reverb into the output. Reverb Time adjusts the overall reverb time in seconds. Reverb Brightness controls the high-frequency character of the reverb tail. It ranges from 0 to 1, 1 being the brightest setting. The best way to begin may be to load a factory preset and tweak it to fit your application. The most common use would be flybys. Let's take a preset and adjust it to affect our sound effect to our liking. A careful balance of the aforementioned controls should yield the proper motion and pitch shifting that you require. Make sure to check out extreme presets such as Jerky Tape Machine or Physics Anomaly 1 or 2. Experimenting with these can produce some interesting effects. Doppler is definitely a must-have for the professional sound designer's toolkit. Look for additional tutorials on related post-application in future CSI training products.